Hey everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I'm your Wednesday host, and this week we're talking about sounds. Okay, so I have two individual questions here. The first was written in by Danny, one of the hosts, and it says, how do we use sound in our practice, i.e. what music do we use? Do we play any instruments? What sounds do we hear when practicing outside? And the other one's from Angel Rose. I'm interested in the use of music and sound in ritual. As a musician myself, I find sound very important for getting my energy going, but I'm curious what of others' views on the matter. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I use sound and music for. And I will say that sounds and music are incredibly important to me. And I think that anything that focuses or stimulates a sense of yours is going to get you in a certain mindset. Whether it's negative or positive depends on the sound or the scent or whatever it is. So, when I'm going to do a ritual on my own in my home by myself, I always start it and end it with a bell sound. For me, a bell sound, I think, starts from elementary school when you hear the bell and you're just like, but I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, but the bell sound that I have, the little bell that I have, when I ring it, it almost lets everybody who's present, meaning all the energies and the deities and the elements and all that stuff, know I'm about to start. Like, hey, everybody, we're getting to it now. And it also draws me into that focus. And at the end, it's almost like saying, okay, we're done. Thank you. I mean, I say thank you, but it's a finale kind of thing. It also helps me realize that I am done, I am finished, and I can pull back that energy from that work and, go about my business. So a bell sound is really important to me. When I'm meditating, there's two different that I can think of right now. There may be more, but I think it's primarily two. When I'm meditating and I want to go somewhere in my meditation, or I want to speak with somebody in my meditation, whether it's deity or what have you, I will generally put on a CD that is Native American drum music or drum sounds. And it might have like a very light flute or, maybe some humming, but it's very, very, very primal sounding. And very just, very, heartbeat almost. I think that's what it pulls me back to. So that's the kind of music I use or sound I use when I'm meditating for that purpose. When I'm meditating and I want to process something, a situation, an issue, and I'm trying to get my head around it, but for some reason I can't, which is generally because it's blocked by severe emotions that I can't seem to push out of the way. This meditation I just found maybe a year ago, and it seems to work really well for me. I have many books of different mandalas, and they're everything from animals to shapes and to what have you. And I will get out my color pencils, I'll pick a mandala that I feel connects me to the situation at hand. I will put on in the background a video that has a very soft wind chime, a stream, birds, and almost like the trees kind of, when there's a light breeze, you hear the trees every once in a while, the leaves touch. And that is when I can't be out in nature, that's what I put on, and I will pay attention to every stroke of the color pencil, and I will process things in my head that way. it seems to, for me, remove the emotions, the very thick feelings that seem to cover up how I can figure out the issue. And it makes it very analytical, very black and white to me. So that really helps me in that situation. When I am going to get ready to do ritual or even spell casting, I generally physically clean my space, and then I cleanse it. The reason why I do, well, I always clean it no matter what, but cleansing I do it every time is because it's a long period between the last time I cast, because I don't do it all the time. I don't need to, it's just not something I do all the time. I do it when I need to, and if I feel like I'm getting rusty, I will do something I feel that will help me, and almost like an exercise, but something that's just to do. And but when I'm going to get ready for a ritual or spell casting and I'm cleansing and cleaning, I will put on music that gets me into a very spiritual mind space, and it could be anything from Lord of the Rings soundtrack, it could be Lorena McKenna music, it could be a number of different things, but whatever I feel in that moment gets me into a certain space and focused. During ritual, I generally don't have any music on because it's very distracting, and I have a real bad case of the ooh shinies. So generally it'll be quiet, or I will have something in the background that's maybe just a stream, and maybe nature music, or nature sounds I should say. And that's if I can't be outside, which I can't be outside all the time. I practice by myself now, and if I do anything by myself, unless I'm home, I generally don't do anything outside. If I'm home, I'll do it outside. If I'm not home and I'm alone, I'm not going to do it. I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe, I should say. So, but I use sound and music a lot more than I realized I did before I read these questions. And I think that a lot of people will find that they use music or sounds a lot more than they realize. It's an incredibly intense sense that we have, and anything can take music is amazing because music can really put us in a completely different time, a completely different place. I mean, if I hear an old classic rock song, I go right to high school, the good memories of high school, not the horrible ones, the good memories of high school, and I smile. And if I hear certain Motown songs or Beatles songs, I think of my mom and singing in the car, and it makes me happy. And there's a song from my childhood that I absolutely love. It doesn't matter how old I get or how many times I've heard it. When I hear this song, it makes me happy. It just makes me smile. I feel like I feel in a great mood, and that's without any kind of chemical putting anything chemically in my body. It's just the song, the sound of the song makes that reaction. So I think sounds and songs are very important in general to us, but I think for our practices they're very important. So anyways, that's my take on sounds and music in my practice and how I use them. And if you have any questions, please leave the comments down below. And until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Blessed be. Bye.